My name is Paul Serrano. I'm the grandson of Lyndon, Lyon, and I started working for my grandfather a long time ago, probably 12 years old. Started potting seedlings up in the house in the early days. And this all really got started when Grandpa went up to his niece's house, found that she had a couple of violet leaves growing in a pot on the windowsill, and he asked her what she was doing, and she said that she was going to make more plants from those two leaves, and he said he didn't believe it, and they went back and forth a couple times, and she said, "Here, take the pot home and you'll see." So we brought it home, and eventually he did see that little babies came up, and he separated them and he grew them. He got interested, and over time he started looking around, seeing anybody else that grew violets, and went to those places, bought some, got some benches started upstairs. He had some homemade 2x4 benches, 3 tiers high, and over time it spread so that the whole second floor was all plant benches. Over time he was growing so many plants and he was needing more space, so he decided to build a greenhouse. So in 1954 we built our first greenhouse, and it was only 2 years later, in '56, that he needed more space. So we built another greenhouse in 1956, and over time we built another one in 1959 because he just kept needing more and more space. In 1954, the AVSA convention in Nashville came and went, still no sign of the double pinks. At the time there was a race going on to see who would come up with the first double pinks. From his first successful cross, he had a handful of double pinks. He named them Double Pink Cloud, Pink Puff, Honey Bud, Wild Rosa, and Double Bountiful. The first double pinks were shown in 1954 at the convention, AVSA convention in St. Louis. The display table was positioned right in the front of the room. Grandpa recalled how many of the people gathered around to see the new double pinks and created such a fuss that you could hardly get in to get a good look at them. At that same convention in St. Louis, the hybrid Double Bountiful was sold to Baxter Greenhouses for $1,000. They renamed it Ohio Bountiful and sold the leaves for $10 a piece. Shipping began in 1955 when he produced his first catalog. Well, actually it was a postcard offering 3 of the double pinks for $3.95, postage included. Back then, most of our business was walk-in because of the word of mouth and the double pinks. We had a tremendous amount of people coming here. The parking lot would be filled with cars all the time. But in recent years, things have changed. We don't get the foot traffic as much. We're getting a lot more, well, we get a lot more orders online. So most of our shipping nowadays is from the online part of it. As I said earlier, we have 3 greenhouses. The first one in 1954, then another one in 1956, our third and largest one in 1959, and in the early 60s, Grandpa was considering building another greenhouse, but instead at that time we put lights under our benches, so we kind of doubled our space that way. So it's almost like having 4 greenhouses because we have lights under all our benches now. As I said earlier, most of our business these days is shipping, and we actually do quite a bit of overseas shipping. Currently we ship a lot to Japan, Hong Kong, Taiwan, some to South Africa. We used to ship quite a few plants to Russia, but I met a gentleman from the Russian African Violet Society, and we actually came up with a plan that I would just send him the plants a little bit earlier, and he would be able to release the plants over there about the same time I would release them here, because we were getting quite a few orders, and it's a lot of work for us on this end to prepare them and send them. So he's kind of like a distributor for me, so to speak, and that's worked out very well. So we can concentrate on the other countries. Our biggest challenge these days, and I think it's affecting not only other violet growers but other plant growers too, is getting the younger generation interested in plants. We're losing a lot of our customers at the top as they're getting older, and we're not seeing the young people get into the plants as much, and that's something we need to do to protect our future, all of us that grow violets and stuff. We need more young people to get involved and get into shows and get them excited about the violets. We are located about 10-15 minutes off the New York State Thruway, exit 29A. It's a very nice ride, just a couple of turns to get to where we are. Not a lot of back roads, and it's a nice ride, especially in the summer. We're currently using things like Facebook to try to connect with more people. We think that's a very good medium to use. We're finding that customers can post their pictures there and show off a little bit. Other people see the pictures and you get excited, and that helps with our plant sales. And I think that's a very good medium for us to try to reach some of the younger crowd too. This is our little mascot, Rocky. He keeps everybody in order here. Make sure everything runs smooth, right? So if you're in the central New York area, stop by and see us, especially if you're on the New York State Thruway. You're only 10-15 minutes away. Come by and see all the varieties we have to offer. We grow lots of gesneriads too, hanging baskets. We're even into orchids in a small way. I have a collection that's always something in bloom if you're into orchids at all. So stop by and see us. If you can't stop by, check out our website at www.lyndonlyon.com and check out our Facebook page. And hopefully you'll see something that you like.